name is Jack Seidler, and you are watching That Hella Dank podcast. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. I hope you enjoy.
One of them, and then I got to like half of the other, and it was like, oh, I'm hammered.
Yeah, dude. And I had a couple beers before you got here, and then I just went way too fucking hard to paint. Definitely,
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I just fucking snapped that night, I guess. So sorry for that.
It's okay.
But
I had fun. Do you remember us showing each other music, and then you just all of a sudden went?
Is that what happened? I just fell asleep.
And then I was like, Jack, you should go to bed. And you're like, no. And then you laid on the fucking floor.
Oh my god. God damn.
I was worried that Shelby was going to kick my ass.
No, she would never do that to you. But no, I just remember us talking, and then it was like fucking. We were talking about something that'd be like, oh, let me pause the video and we'll like do something, and then we were looking up the music or whatever, and that's like
everything went downhill from there.
I barely remember that, dude. Barely.
That was fucking awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, good things come in threes. So
we'll see.
Yeah. No.
This might be a dumpster fire too.
A fucking dumpster fire, dude. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Hilarious.
I literally was like thinking, whenever you texted me, I was like, man, I don't know if this is gonna maybe we're too good of friends to like do a podcast, you know? Yeah. But then again, you and Gavin are really good friends, so. Yeah,
we've gotten fucked up. I've seen that guy get fucked up a lot too. But no, I just first time I too caffeinated out, and then the other time was just a good old fashioned Saturday night, I guess. Not a good recipe.
Dude, there's a ending clip. I wanted you to specifically watch the last one, because it was like me signing off, and I was like, I said something about you being a lightweight or something. It was really funny.
Yeah.
And I kept on asking what the Disturbed song is. Oh, what song? What is that? It was fucking System of a Down.
Oh my god.
Toxicity was what was stuck in my head.
Oh man, yeah, because I had a bunch of search results on my phone for like rock bands and shit. So that's probably
you showed me a Spirit Box.
Yeah, Spirit Box.
I actually really like Spirit Box.
Dude, they're good. Yeah, they're pretty fucking dope. Definitely.
I've been listening to them on the way to school.
Yeah, dude, fucking, I love their shit. Yeah, seeing her live, dude, just like, what? It's just one of the openers, just like, what the fuck? Holy shit, this girl's got a voice on her, man.
No, it's like crazy.
She, Megan Thee Stallion just put out a new album.
Have you seen Glowzilla? You got a bird for spirit.
No, I haven't.
Look that up.
No. Yeah, we'll try to stay on fucking topic here.
In fact, you switched seats because you couldn't fucking type.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is gonna be some good shit, and we're gonna put on the backlog. We'll be like, so there's a story behind this very podcast. It took us 3 takes to get it right.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Funny as shit. So, all right. So we'll get to the point here. So your name is Madi.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're soon going to be the head editor and board person, whatever you want to call that. I think we talked about that before. Like, you're going to be the main executive editor, whatever the hell it is.
Sure, I'll take it. I'll take the title.
Yeah, and some good news on that, actually. If I have the funds this Friday, I should be good, but I want to be getting that camera switcher.
Hell
so
yeah,
that'll be like one of the final pieces of the puzzle to get it set up.
Have you looked up the smaller HDMI? Or do you even have that kind of connection in the back of your computer?
I can get an adapter.
Oh, yeah.
I can get an adapter, and then I can also get the micro HDMI to work on, so that camera switcher board as HDMI inputs. So we'll be able to adapt it to that. So we can use your camera, at some angle or something, or we can just use it to plug it in. But yeah, you got a little bit of experience with this, and so how does that make you feel that you're gonna be running this shit?
I'm pretty excited about it, actually. I'm stoked to like actually sit in on it. Because sometimes I'll be watching your podcast and I'll be like, oh, but I want to ask about this and all that stuff. So I'll be pretty stoked. Am I allowed to talk?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool.
No, of course. Yeah, no, that's gonna be like, yo, shut the fuck up.
just fucking type.
No,
just do the cameras.
Yeah.
Be the little gremlin in the corner.
No, and that's a good question. No, I want you to be part of the show. Like, I feel like eventually, like once we figure out we don't have any mishaps happen like we did the first couple go rounds, we're gonna we'll add that, we'll chime that in later, but we're gonna, I want to make this like inclusive for you. It's basically gonna become like it'll be a pretty legit partnership to where you'll chime in, and maybe we might just do podcasts just you and me sometimes. We'll see. But
yeah, I felt that conversation about the music was pretty good.
That was solid. I don't remember half of it, but yeah. So oh fuck, I just had a good question, but I lost it. You're pretty comfortable with editing, you think? Like you'll be able to figure it out? Like obviously we'll switch the platform that I'm using because Adobe or whatever is what you're wanting to use. Like,
yeah, I mean, I could figure out whatever.
Yeah.
If you don't, I told you I'd go halvesies with you on Adobe for renting it and stuff. I wouldn't say comfortable, but I have enough, like, very basic understanding of how, like, the basic stuff, like cuts, pastes, how to line up audio.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, or inserting clips and having an audio play over that, maybe fading into another clip, or like a cut that's supposed to kind of look almost seamless. I couldn't probably make a seamless cut. Well, I could probably, whatever. You got to figure that shit out as you go. But yeah, like basic stuff like that to where, you know. And even like, I think we were talking about me doing the videoing for your vlogging and stuff. Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that part.
For stuff like that. And then also the first time that we did this, I had talked about that like opening shot where when you have your like mini kegerator or whatever beer filling up that's got like the beer glass with your like logo on it or something, or you're like, the name of the podcast, and as it's filling up, that would be like the new introduction if you were into that.
No,
obviously, bounce off ideas off of each other. But.
No, that's dope. Yeah, and that's another reason why I wanted you to do this, because of idea. That's a great idea, and
thanks.
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely like I think that's gonna be really cool, and I feel like I'm gonna learn from you a little bit, because like I know how to do the basics to an extent, like for this one program I use, but Adobe I know is a lot better, so it'd be kind of cool with you with some knowledge on that. And also, we can use YouTube videos to look shit up too if we need.
I was just gonna say, with stuff like that, YouTube is your freaking playground.
Yeah, there's just so much in it. Where
you
I'm
just
like,
gotta know what to look up.
Yeah, like what to look up exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you'll be editing the podcast, and I'll go through with you. Like, there's certain things like I'm still figuring out, but like the soundboard, like that's obviously one of those things that's like doesn't.
Yeah, that
need
thing looks scary.
Yeah, it does. Once it's set, you don't really need to mess with it. I kind of had to do it a little bit because some of the previous episodes, either sound was favoring a channel or some shit. But I can kind of give you a basic run through on that, and of course all the other shit that comes in. But yeah, it's gonna be a learning process together, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And even doing the stuff outside of here eventually, when I get to that level, just like when we get GoPros and other things like that, that's gonna be a totally wild experience, because I feel like it's gonna be a lot of organization for that, right? With all the different SD cards and all that shit.
Yeah,
just like,
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
I was thinking of like the B-roll and stuff, and having like, because when you film stuff like that, or at least in my head, you like want a storyline in a way, like not necessarily like, oh Jack, it doesn't need to be some like fairy tale shit, but like, this is where we went, this is what we did, this was the ride home, or
Yeah.
And we did some little things in between, like it can't just be like bumble jumble bullshit, right?
Yeah.
You have to have like some sort of timeline,
a start and an end that makes sense, kind of. Yeah. Like the example I like to use is like going to the sand dunes. If we're going for like UTV takeover, or just to say something like that as an example, it could be shot in a way where it'd be like, this is us getting ready, and you know, us on the way there, and then funny shit that happens on the way there, you know, like, and that kind of builds, like, say that weekend in the storyline. So yeah, I see what you're saying there.
That's what I thought you meant, but the SD cards and keeping track of
Well,
all that's gonna be
I'm thinking
it's like losing a potato chip, you know? You're not
Yeah.
paying attention to where it's going.
Yeah, and I guess that's just where my brain goes to, is like, content aside, like, how are we gonna manage the logistics of all this, like, recording, and you know, it's gonna be a lot of fucking emails, dude, and shit like that.
Do not email me.
And yeah, do you not?
Please don't. No, I don't use email. It's good.
Well,
I know we're getting older, but good God, not that old.
bro, I love email, but no, I mean, with Adobe, we'll be able to share. Like, I'll have it on this computer, and you can have it on your laptop, right? And we can, like, share the account. Okay, then yeah, there's no.
I don't know. Well, I don't know about that.
I think you can. I think you can. I think there's like a subscription part, like another perk where you can share it on a couple different devices.
Oh.
So I don't know. Maybe it has
Well, I
to
hope
be.
that's the case.
Yeah, maybe it has to
Otherwise,
be.
you're gonna be seeing me around here a lot more.
Well, I mean, shit. Oh, you just work down the street, you know. Yeah. No, I mean, that's fine too. You know, it's. We'll see what happens when it happens, right? You know, it's gonna.
You're not gonna have a routine until you try.
No. Yeah, and oh my God. I'm still, like, I wrote some things down, but, like, now doing this, it's
I can
like,
see that your paper is filled up since the first time.
And yeah, I actually did a little bit of fucking homework. I did, like, a post after the first podcast. We did, like, a post notes, like, you fucked up. Like, how did I write it? It's just literally like, fuck. Maybe I threw it out.
3 pages?
No,
I think you told me it was don't talk so much.
Oh yeah, right here. Yeah, don't ramble so much. Allow the guests to blah blah blah. And then I wrote, like, when I was editing, but basically I was like, this video is useless. So to let people know, this took 3 times to shoot this podcast.
This is the 3rd time.
Yeah, both the previous times were my fault completely.
I don't know. I kind of dove into the second one.
Yeah, we don't have to go too deep on that, but I guess this is one of those learning curves, right? It's just like figuring that shit out.
Know your limit.
What's that?
Know your limit.
Yeah. Yeah. But how about other things you think of, like, you know, the lighting and maybe, like, some room layout, you know, like
lighting, room layout? You're gonna
maybe that, like, room layout.
I feel like room layout should stay to you. It's, you know, because this is your pot. You're gonna make the background what you want. I mean, this is your thing, right?
Yeah.
I can take charge of, like, camera angles and stuff, but
yeah, that's probably.
I feel like as soon as I start making it look like what I want it to look like, then it's not yours anymore.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure. I guess I didn't mean it in that way. I guess I was meaning, like, should something, like, be moved for lighting or for a camera spot? I don't know. I guess it's probably not the right way to say it, but
I don't know. It depends on what kind of lighting you want.
Well, I just want it to be, you know, people that are at least gonna watch it get, like, good contrast. 'Cause I know there's, like, a certain formula for, like, where the light's hitting a person and what colors you're using.
Depends on what you're trying to do. Like, a yellow light is a warmer light. A red light, you know, kind of makes you, like, when you see a red light, you're supposed to feel like, oh, what's gonna happen? Oh, you know, like, that's always like when somebody's about to die in a movie is when they have the red light on them or something.
Yeah.
Or a blue light is, like, kind of melancholy and they're really sad. Like, Twilight's shot in, like, a blue hue because, you know.
Okay.
Have you ever noticed that?
I can think of it now, and you know what else that makes me think of is, like, Harry Potter. Like, when you get towards the end, like, the later movies, they get shot in more, like, grayscale.
Yeah.
It's like it's grayer and grayer.
Because it's a dire situation.
Yeah.
You're supposed to feel sad, but also, like,
it's
oh
almost
my
like
gosh.
anxiety-inducing sometimes. It's just like, oh my God. But no, I don't want that. So you do have some idea about that then. I've done a little bit of homework, but I'm still, you know, I got all these fucking things sitting around. I'm still figuring it out. But, okay, then, yeah, we'll do some experiments with that. And maybe we could even do, like, little cuts where we're fucking around with shit and have, like, little bloopers later or some shit.
Sure.
Yeah. And so did you have, like, any immediate ideas that you think would be, I mean, obviously neither of us have done this before, but did you have any thoughts on, like, is there something that, like, you would suggest to do?
In what, like, aspect?
Like, I don't know, like, maybe, like, not content necessarily, but like how people are sitting or anything, you know?
I mean, yeah, the seats will probably have to change just so when you have a shot of somebody, it won't like show the other camera, you know? Or like it depends on how you want them framed too. Like, do you want when you frame somebody, like say somebody's sitting in the seat across from me, for that shot to happen, a camera will probably have to be over there
Like
or something, or up here and kind of high, and then it'll come. Well, I don't really want it to be down because then you're gonna see their forehead more than their face, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be some rearranging and stuff, but like nothing super drastic.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I don't know.
No, for sure.
Well, I won't know until I go to set up everything and see how it is in the camera and how it's supposed to be framed. When you look at like a camera like that, so when I'm looking at this shot, I'm seeing you to the left and me kind of mid-frame, and you have a lot of stuff in the top. I think that frame should come down a little bit, and then really we should be centered together in it.
Yeah. Maybe I could move that really quick. We can just kind of see how it looks. Okay, that's a little bit more up close and personal. I don't know why I had it so far away. So good call. Bam. There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I see what you're saying. I did.
And there are also focal points in like certain shots. Learned this in friggin' high school, bro. There was a cinema class or something like that. But like if you have, I wish I had a pen.
Here.
So every
just
frame,
flip to whatever page.
every frame kind of goes like this, and you want your focus in the middle. Somebody that might be in the background should be here. And if this person is also your focus, you want them in the middle.
It's almost like a set of crosshairs, but instead of like an actual cross, it's like a square in the center of the shot, right?
Yeah, people naturally want to look at the center of the screen.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, think about it. If you have all those background actors and all those movies, you don't notice any of them.
Yeah.
It's because the actor is always in the center of the screen. Or, center, but also to the left. They're always, if they want you to see something, you're right there.
Yeah, okay. That's a good point. Yeah, so I guess for a shot like this, because it's, still, it's kind of, I guess you balance that point, right, just to capture it. But, yeah, I don't know, like, mounting these cameras, oh, man, I wish I, like, had one to, like, kind of mess around with. It'd be kind of cool to show people, but I got, like, these little gimbal mounts that you screw to the wall,
That's rad.
And so, yeah, they screw to the wall. They're, like, completely it's up there behind the soundboard. But they're all like live feed broadcast cameras. They're like
the little black thing?
Yeah. There's a couple of them up there, so it's not that. So that screws to the wall. They make longer versions of those. So either we're going to start.
How does that adhere to the like that?
Yeah, they literally you find a stud
the
and you
camera
send
goes
it
here,
in
obviously.
there.
No.
Yeah, so that I'm
Bink.
thinking.
And then you can literally that is freaking awesome.
Yeah, and all
Oh,
directions.
it only rotates?
Oh, right there too. You got all those other points too.
Oh, I guess you could put it like that or like that.
Yeah, but yeah.
No, I see the hinge
they say
now. Yeah.
everything moves. Yeah.
Oop.
Dude, Amazon has everything. Literally, I just typed in like wall mount, fucking camera mount, and then bam, it was one of those, which was that
That's
long.
badass.
Yeah. And so I'm thinking like, I think one of the cameras is gonna end up probably where the beer koozie dispenser is. That's what that actually is. Everyone, it's a beer koozie dispenser under the Yankee symbol. I get asked it all the time. But I think a camera will end up there, which is probably like you said, gonna shoot this way to whoever is here, and then.
A gimbal should go right there, and then I think you should have
an overshot, right?
So you have portraitures, which is face shots, right? Or
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're called portraitures. I don't know. Just singular face shots, and as if like somebody is like going into a long sentence, kind of like I am right now, it would focus into only their face, and then you say something, it goes to a wide shot, and then if you decide to have a little bit longer of a sentence, like you have something more to say. It'll go into a shot of you just talking, and then it would go back to the wide.
Are you ready to? So this thing I'm getting, you're going to be doing all that control on the fly as we're. So, are you ready for that? You're going to have like ninja fingers, where it's like camera. It has 5 inputs, so there's going to be 4 cameras, and then the other input is going to be the computer feed if you want to like screen share or some shit. So like I just think about it because there's a way I've heard that there's a way you can use it so it's sound activated, but you have to get a really expensive module that I just can't afford to do that. So that's why I'm going this route of having a manual switcher.
Mm-hmm.
At least with the switcher, it will be nice. There's an SD port in it, so you can have it where it's recording everything all the time on any device. But while you're streaming or whatever, you can switch it on the fly, so that way it makes editing minimal. Right, I think is how I understand it.
Yeah, so you don't have to go through each individual clip and line it all up.
But say like there's a spot where maybe it should be a different view, you'll be able to go in and extract that from the SD card. You know what I'm saying? Because it's caught that.
Yeah.
So you ready to fuck around with that shit, dude?
Yeah, I'm super stoked. I've never used something like that before.
Yeah, as far as I know, it's the best method of going about how I'm trying to do it. It's like how I see other podcasters are doing it is they have like the control board and they just get really good about being like 1 2 3 or 3, or you can set up hotkeys on it.
Yeah.
So it's like if you want to do like picture in picture or whatever the hell, you can just click that, and of course all your feedback will be up on the big screen so you know what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to get that thing in here too. And then it's like get that, then I'll eventually get the cameras. I'm thinking what I thought, and you'll be able to give me some advice on this too, I guess. If we put 2 chairs here like there is, like, I'm not assuming it's going to be more than 2 guests at a time, but I wanted to have that capacity, right? Like, it's probably going to be me one-on-one with someone most of the time, right? But every once in a while, I think it'd be cool if I can have like 2 people, like say it's like Gavin and Kelly come in. Like, how would you, I don't even know how the fuck you'd set that up for camera shots, you know what I mean?
Well, you would want to do a test first and see if you want to shoot them singularly rather than together.
Yeah.
Because they're both going to be saying things separately, but also at the same time, you're asking them the same question at the same time, right? So kind of depends on like how they speak, I'd say. Whether they like choose to answer a question together or they answer it separately. And maybe that would be something that you talk to them about first. Whatever you end up wanting it to look like, you just have to like let them know, right?
Yeah, sorry if some of these questions seem redundant, It's just I just want to hear like a second opinion about it or whatever.
No,
but
you're good.
It's
that's a good question.
I think like say it is Gavin and Kelly where it's going to be friends. I feel like most of the time it's going to be us like, maybe not shit talking, there'll probably be some content, but like if it's me, Gavin, and Kelly, it's probably going to be a lot of storytelling, right? We'd be drinking beer, having fun or whatever. And so I feel like that's going to be possibly shot at a little bit differently versus like if I have like, I don't know, 2 fucking football players or, something, like, you know what I'm saying? So. Huh.
Yeah, because the conversation might get like jumbled, I guess, is what I'm hearing. Like, I don't know, the 3 of you in a room, I imagine there's going to be a lot of talking over each other.
We tried doing the original first podcast that was going to come out. It was me, Gavin, Kelly, and one of their friends. And, we all talked over and it was just unusable. I tried fucking around with it and it's just, there's too much, I can't detach the audio from anyone. So it's just too much shit.
Oh,
right?
It's all on one.
So when the audio comes in to the computer, it's read in as one singular source. You can only do anything individually on the board. I don't have one of those. You get the
like a channel thing.
That does do channels, but you can't affect them on the PC, if that makes sense. It's like basically you couldn't go into editing software and be like, oh, I want to isolate mic 1's volume. Yeah, you can't do that with this just because I don't have that modem to be able to do that yet. It's just really expensive to isolate your mics like that. And so this is all budget build shit right now. But eventually I would like to get something like that where it's like, oh, this mic.
Do you have to have one for each mic?
Like
something that captures its audio by itself and like it has to go through that modem for it to go to
because as far as I understand, the modem computes it itself and then delivers it as a signal to the PC, I think is how it works. I'm not too entirely sure how it works, but I know it is a thing. But I know
because you think that would do everything because it's on a channel already.
Yeah,
so it's recording it as singular, but it doesn't send it to the computer as one.
it sends it to the computer as one signal. Like right now, the computer, it's
Yeah.
comparable. Like that's just plugging in a single microphone in the computer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's
But they're all on separate channels.
within that, it doesn't the computer can't detect that, right? Because it's only a left and right port. If that, I probably explained this horribly bad. But no, it's that one. If I had the newer modems, they're USB connected, and you can connect it through the computer with a USB interface. This doesn't have that. This is really designed for instruments and like instruments, you know? So it's meant to be isolated through here where it goes through that, then that just goes on to a big set of speakers. What I'm doing with it, it's kind of a little unorthodox, you know, but I'm just doing it this way because it's cheaper, like I said.
Yeah.
So
if it works, it works.
No, it works great. You know, it's just it would be nice to have that luxury if we were getting into editing, or if you were rather, and you can be like, oh wow, mic one sounds fucked up in a lot of this. When whoever's
I wish
on,
that person would stop talking while they're saying this really cool thing.
When you're editing, or like say one of these mics is damaged and squeaking or something, and you can be like, oh, in this dead spot, let's cut mic one out and then leave 2, 3, and 4 open. You know, like eventually we'll get there. I forgot where I was going with that, but
You're just telling me about all your equipment, or specifically, I didn't understand how that channeled there, but then went back to that as a single thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. It's weird. It's I'm probably explaining it really fucking badly. You know,
it makes sense if it's meant for like a musical instrument, because you're probably only recording one part of that. You're not gonna be playing 2 instruments at the same time, right?
Yeah, well, you could, but it's like you're at that point, you would just need to adjust the instruments all on that thing. You know, you wouldn't need a computer interface. You know, because you're not really editing it then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's
Did that make sense to you guys?
We're about to find out. People are gonna be like,
I might be lying.
What the fuck are these guys talking about? All right, little fun thing. This is I didn't drop this on you yet. Where the fuck did I write it? But instead of talking about it, I'm like, okay, fuck it. I'm gonna ask you your opinion on something.
Okay.
Where the fuck did it go?
Hopefully I have a good one.
It's really fucking weird. It's so okay. I thought I wrote it down. All right, so I saw this thing. This is the random topic of the week, folks. Get ready for this.
Random topic.
Yeah, random topic. We're taking a break from the interview. So Russia fined Google something like $2.6 decillion or something like that.
Russia did?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a super mass. It's like got 22 zeros in it. It's such a big number. For I guess they were removing not propaganda, but Russian like ministry YouTube channels or some shit. They took everything down because they don't support Russia, right? And so Russia clapped back to Google by removing them from the country, I guess, and fining them this exorbitant amount of money. What do you think about that?
If that's the law there, that's the law.
Dude, I'm just like the balls of this motherfucker just like coming in, just like, I don't know. I thought it was really funny.
I don't know. There's like an important piece of like not censoring, but also at the same time, yeah, I can get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But if your program is in their country, you're breaking their laws.
Next time I'll have to write down like the actual news article, but I just laughed. I'm like, okay, you know what? This is the random topic of the week.
That's a shitload of money.
That it's some,
and they probably have it.
I read about it, and it was like, although YouTube makes $88 billion a year,
Google or YouTube?
Or YouTube, excuse me.
Oh, okay.
YouTube makes $88 billion.
They make $88 billion a
yeah.
year.
Fuck, now I feel like I might be fucking this up. I'm pretty sure it's YouTube. Whatever, you guys can
Wow.
find the article. But
Dude, that's crazy.
Even if they made that much money, they would never pay off. That's a stupid amount of like.
YouTube went from like posting. Do you remember
Hey
that?
Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old videos. Like
that to being that's crazy.
now there's like
they're like legitimate
they're a huge
media source.
They are.
Well,
you
I
know?
won't say legitimate media source because that's very general, but
yeah. Well,
content creation, I guess.
if they want to remove content, what they need to remove is get all the stupid flat Earth YouTube videos down. You have no idea the amount of stupid, freaking conspiracy theory videos I see on there. It's my only complaint with YouTube. I love YouTube as I use them, but take the flat Earth shit off right now.
Censor them.
It's like you click on these videos and they're playing ominous music, and it's like, we know the Earth is flat because of the Great Ice Wall. And I'm like, what dummy would watch this and believe this shit? It's like,
have you ever seen the video of the dude that's like proving his own theory wrong?
yeah,
It's like,
I've seen that.
what is he? He like puts a board and on a like tripod at a lower level than
He shines a laser and spreads these holes over certain distances.
yeah, to see the curvature.
Yeah,
that's right.
and he's like, the laser should shine through.
Yeah, it should shine right through
and
it.
then,
And then
it
it
literally
doesn't.
does it. And he's like, oh, well, that might be an error or such. It's like,
I got my calculations wrong.
dude, no, I think the peak flat man, I said Florida man's flat man theory.
I knew that.
I think the peak flat manery or whatever the fuck you want to call it was this when that guy built his own rocket and launched himself into the sky and blew his ass up. Did you ever read that story?
Mm-mm.
This guy built a homemade rocket and he actually got airborne, but it obviously malfunctioned and I can't remember if it blew up in the air or if it came down and crashed. But either way, it's just
how can that guy be that smart and yet
yeah, he thinks the Earth is flat. Yeah, he
Yeah.
probably just tied a bunch of bottle rockets to the back.
He did
of
a bunch of mushrooms and had his like epiphany moment and was like, "Oh my god, the Earth is flat."
They've been lying to us as the reptilians. But all right,
and then built a fucking rocket.
It's so funny, dude. Just like, God, I'll have to dig that video up, and
I would love to see that.
it's fucking funny. You remember Jackass where Johnny Knoxville sits on the big firework and they launch it over the river? It literally looked like that with a little cockpit on it. Like it looked like a circus. Like,
how far up did he get?
I think it was a couple 100 feet.
Oh, so he didn't get very far.
No, not.
Okay, when you say rocket, I'm thinking like.
Well, no one said that he was Elon Musk.
I know. It's
Yeah.
just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Couple 100 feet.
Yeah, but it's out
And
there.
he died?
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, so I'll just cut this second. I'm gonna see if I can find this.
Did it ever load? Mad Mike Hughes. Fitting.
Engineer, daredevil, and flat Earth conspiracy theorists whose belief pushed him to prove it with homemade rockets died Saturday.
Powered.
Oh shit! Well, how the fuck did he think that was gonna last? He died Saturday when his steam-powered rocket crashed shortly after takeoff outside Barstow, California. Hughes was among the subjects in the upcoming Science Channel series Homemade Astronauts. Yeah, people, don't follow that channel. Didn't work out for this guy, it won't work for you. Yeah.
That's crazy. Is there video of it or no?
I
I don't want to like see him die, but I want to see a video of his rocket.
There has to be a video.
Dude, there was like 3 crazy car crashes yesterday. Did you see all the? There was one like right on 53rd, and we were working on 99, like right after Llewellyn or something.
Yeah.
And there was some dude in a ditch with a dog. It had just happened. We drove by it, and then there was another one on 34.
Oh no, I didn't.
I actually think there was a high-speed chase on 34 last night.
What,
Yeah.
dude? No, I know.
Something's in the air.
Yeah,
Turn the frogs gay.
They're turning to frogs gay. No, Saturday I worked, and then I got off at noon, and then as soon as I pull out my job, there's fucking just traffic for miles, dude, down 34. I'm like, what the hell? And I was gonna meet up with Caleb, and so I was like, I told him I was gonna be there in a few minutes. Turned out I had to wait for that traffic. So I call him. I'm like, yeah, there's this traffic on 34. He's like, oh, you're stuck in it too? And he called me like 20 minutes before I got off. So he was still, and he was driving his big lowboy truck, dude, big. Yeah. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm right up. I saw the accident happen. I guess like a van T-bone and an RV camper rolled over, some dumb shit. Took so long I had to go the other way. I turned around, went through Albany, through Highway 20, looped around fucking everything, dude. It just, the line wasn't moving. The line was, I guarantee you, as soon as I turned around,
back to Albany.
I went way the fuck around, dude.
All the way to Highway. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Even downtown Albany wasn't that bad?
Well, no, the traffic wasn't that far. You know, it was just like, you know, when you're...
I know, but downtown Albany is always kind of fucked.
No, yeah, it wasn't that bad for, you know, it was like 1 o'clock then, probably 1 o'clock on a Saturday. It wasn't.
Did you get off work before fucking 4?
That was Saturday.
Oh,
yeah. Saturday I only work from 8 to noon if I choose to.
Oh man, it's been a long day.
Yeah, I know. I can tell, dude. Fucking A. Yeah. So anyway, we'll we'll go back to the here. Actually, all right, we'll finish this up with this steam.
Is that it?
This is the video. The steam powered rocket guy. Okay, I guess we can watch this.
That guy's pretty. I can't believe he felt it was safe enough to get in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, it won't let me open it because we're recording. But I mean, we get the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this thing. It looks like a circus rocket. Like it doesn't look like, dude. I don't. Gotta hand it to him. Dude's got some fucking
I think it's badass.
nerves.
I love that it
steel.
says flat Earth on the side.
Yeah, research flat Earth, and it didn't work out for him there.
No, that sucks. That
People stop thinking the Earth is flat. Okay, they have nothing to hide. It's not that serious.
Do you think aliens are real?
I think aliens are real. I think there's to a certain extent there's could be life out there. I don't know if they have flying saucers and shit. They might, but I think there's got to be something out there. The universe is so fucking
right,
big.
we can't
right?
be like the only things.
Yeah.
You think we're the only sentient things that
well,
like?
either way, either outcome is scary. For one, if we're the only sentient or only living thing in this universe, that's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
If there is other things out there that are equally or smarter than us, or even just out there in general, that's also scary. So it's like, which one do you want to be more scared of? You know? Yeah, I like the whole alien stuff. I've always been an alien head, or the whole conspiracy theory about it, but I don't know if we're like doing the whole. There's all this stuff out there right now about back engineering programs and shit. We found UFOs and stuff, which might be real, but
like Rockwell shit.
Oh, was that not plugged in that whole fucking time?
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, that microphone. I don't think
this one.
No, I think mine wasn't plugged in that whole time.
Where? The orange one? It's orange. It's plugged in.
It is now. Oh. Well, I guess we're about to find out.
Yeah. Play it back.
Well, if I play it back, then it stops the recording. I think it was picking up because the thing was reading it up there.
How do you know?
So
Does it flash?
You see,
oh,
yeah, they light up.
Boo! I'm sorry. I wanted to see the lights go up.
I thought
My
you were
bad.
a Borat reference or something.
No.
Oh,
You'll never get this.
Oh, God, I would be so pissed if that didn't pick up any of my sound. I'm sure you could hear it, so I apologize in advance for everyone.
Give
but
me your tears.
All right, so we're going to go back on the editing thing.
Now you got me on Borat, though. How you going to do that?
All right, fair enough. My bad.
Go ahead.
My
brother Bilo. We keep him in cage.
Dude, oh my God, it wasn't a Borat reference, but when we did the first go around, I'll edit this out or whatever, but the first go around is like you sat down and went, and I was like,
that's fucking funny.
I was editing the video and I was originally gonna use the first one, but then I'm like, I gotta cut that out.
That's so funny.
Okay, well I'm glad you thought that was funny, because I'm like, oh, I should leave it in, but then I feel like
no,
she's
that's
gonna be
fucking
mad.
funny. I
You're
can't
just
believe
like
I did
full
that.
fucking down throat. Oh
Why
my God.
as soon as I sat down,
It was like 5 minutes into the
was
video.
that the first one or the second one?
It was the first time, the first go around. When I was
Listen,
all
bro, the internet is forever. I'm okay with that.
All right, dude, that's gonna stick around with you.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Good times. Dude.
Yeah, did you like open the video and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was literally like I asked if you wanted coffee or something, and then you're like, ugh.
Oh my God. That's awesome.
Just like,
I love that I did that.
Fucking Maddie's hilarious, dude. Yeah. Oh my God. I can't wait for this shenanigans to unfold, because I feel like we're gonna have so much funny moments like that in here.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be like,
Yeah, save that shit for the blooper reel.
yeah, yeah. The first time when I was caffeinated, this happened. The second time when I was completely hammered, this happened.
This is a saga now.
It's now a saga. It's every time you come on the show, you just bring this energy. It just
Freak energy.
Yeah. So some other ideas I was thinking of, going back into this again. So what do you think about, like, is there a way to make stuff like, maybe not like hiking videos, but like, you know, how far do you think we can go with that whole vlogging thing? You know,
if that's like, isn't that like, I don't know, what is a vlog? Isn't it just a video of your life?
I guess that's a good point. Well, it's just like what is
Isn't that what a
good,
blog
you know?
is like you talking, yapping your jowls,
Yeah.
and then you like reflect, take something out of it. Not that like has to be a vlog. I don't know what the fuck a blog is. But
maybe not
yeah.
vlog. Maybe I should stop saying vlog. It's probably not the
No,
right
it's.
way.
I feel like I don't know.
But like
a
say,
video.
like, or even
Yeah, to me, a vlog is like a video diary.
Yeah, kind of. 'Cause I feel like it could be the way I want to do it is it could be just anything we do that's cool. Like, you know, if we go like maybe hit up the BMX track or like my buddy Tim is going to be on the show soon. He's a pro airsofter and
Yeah, I've met Tim.
paintballer. Yeah, you know. Yeah, okay.
And his wife.
Yeah, so he's gonna come on, and I was thinking, oh, how cool would it be to like maybe not play, but just get a bunch of footage and edit that in, like shit like that. You know what I mean? Like that's doable, right? You know, it's just as long as we don't break our shit.
Well, something like that, especially if you have somebody on, if you really want it to. Well, are you wanting it to be like cinematic? Are you wanting it to just be like, hey, this is what we did today?
No,
like
well,
clips, or do you want it?
I think it depends what it is, but I think something if it's like really cool, you could kind of make it where it's like maybe some clips, but then if there's like a really cool moment, then you could like make it cinematic, like a blend of both, maybe somehow.
Kind of, yeah.
It
would take planning, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have a better idea than I do on it, so I you know, I'm still trying to figure out.
I guess at the same time, it's like at that point, I think, at that point, it's like my job is to hear what you want out of it and then make that happen.
Yeah, and I'm the worst at explaining what I want. So it's good
well,
luck
if you have
to
like,
you.
oh, it would be so cool if you got this shot of like Tim just, you know, him holding the gun and just walking around and get that, and then me, you know, blowing something up.
Yeah, I'll have to hit him up, and I think some of his guns you can mount a GoPro too. That'd be kind of cool. Like you get some cool action shots of him, but then also like when you're editing it, you could have it like action shot
him in a ghillie in like a grass field, and him just stand up and wave.
Something like that. Or like when he's shooting, like you cut from that, and then it cuts to like his barrel shot where he's shooting, like kind of cut back and forth. Dude, that'd be really cool actually.
Bam.
Tim.
See? Now I hear that, and we make that happen.
See, that's what I'm saying, like shit like that. So, yeah, fuck yeah, that's gonna be it. That's just a great example right there. There's just so much things we can do with this, and I like thought about. I was like, oh, should we make designated channels for different shit? But then I'm like, no, maybe we just record whatever's cool. We just do it, you know, just like fuck it. Whoever watches it watches it.
Why make it? I don't know. Yeah, I don't get that second channel shit.
Yeah,
I get it if you're like somebody that like is mainly, you know what Twitch is, right? Like streamer. I get having like a second channel on like YouTube for like smaller shit, I guess, rather than just streaming or whatever. Like you can post a stream of fucking. I usually watch people play video games because I can't fucking afford them. But and then they'll post like clips on the second channel.
Yeah.
And those tend to like get more views because they're shorter.
Like highlights, you mean, or something like that?
Yeah, sorry.
No, that makes sense.
But now they have reels, so you don't really need to do that anymore. So a lot of the second channels are kind of dead.
Yeah, damn. Well, maybe we'll have to utilize that to a certain extent. Like, you know, I guess it just depends on whatever it is we're shooting. But yeah, damn. I didn't realize that reels took over that much.
Yeah, it's like YouTube, TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I still haven't made the one thing I was talking about making, the how
this
I
is
videos.
how I...
Yeah, I haven't done that yet, but maybe I'll actually do one this week.
Dude, those would be so easy to film. They'd take like 10 minutes tops.
I know.
You with a voiceover and doing something. That's it.
Yeah. And I think maybe that is how I should, because I was thinking about like talking in the video while I'm doing whatever it is, but maybe I should just record me doing whatever it is and then like, editing a voiceover over it.
Yeah,
Bam. Okay.
It'll be way easier.
It'd probably be a little bit more legit too that way.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is why we need you around, dog. Yeah. So, man, I wish I had more shit to bring up, but it's really just like kind of going grassroots at this point, you know, just.
What the fuck does that mean?
Grassroots, you know, origin story kind of shit, you know, just kind of figuring out like. yeah, I don't know what I meant by that, but just like figuring out shit from the bottom, you know, because like I've said 8 times already, it's just I don't know where the fuck to go, and so stuff will just unfold itself as it goes down, and we'll see what the fuck happens.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to think like having the best equipment will make your podcast good, but it's like I think if you can figure out what to do with like what little you have and make it, something that you like and something that you can stand behind, other people will stand behind you. And not that saying you told me that your goal wasn't to like become famous or anything, but if you're having fun with it and you like it the way it is, people are going to like it,
Yeah.
There's a reason, yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's really, obviously, like, there was some equipment, and, I probably went overboard than what I needed to, but I just...
Well, I think the mics are really important.
Yeah.
That's what you're referencing.
Yeah, I was really anal about the audio, because I tried it with some other mics, and I was like, okay, this isn't going to work. Like, if I'm going to do multiple podcasts, got to have all the same mics, but... I also was able to kind of fit things together, and I guess another thing was how I videos, is a lot of this shit was just slapped together, like, either on a budget or just resourceful stuff, and so, yeah, it, here we are.
Oh, my God.
Cheesy.
And
here we are, yeah.
Is Taylor ever going to come on?
Well,
Because I thought your guys' whole thing was that he was going to be a co-host and stuff.
Well, eventually he is. Him and Mel are getting,
Yeah, he's got a lot going on.
Yeah, he's got a lot going on, so I don't know what his... I guess, yeah, we can talk about that a little bit. I don't know what he has
Because if
planned.
that's the case, I have to, like, think about...
Yeah, okay, that's
a lot more cameras and...
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, because that's I almost ran out of shit to talk about there. But, yeah.
I'm just that boring.
No, you're not boring. I just, I'm just underprepared.
I like it that way. It's okay.
I'm just underprepared, I guess. But, he has a lot of stuff going on that he's doing, with school and his...
Oh, he's going to school?
Well, he's doing, like, online classes and shit.
Doesn't he have, like, 6 kids? Alcoholic.
Oh, yeah, that
Smokes
guy.
meth on the weekends.
No, allegedly. No, just kidding. No, Taylor.
Allegedly.
Taylor, yeah, we're thinking about shooting that show into a seasonal format. At least is what he wants to do. Basically saying, like, we put out so many episodes a month.
And then you take a break.
And then you take a break, yeah, which, like, I mean,
Or
works.
do you, like, film them on your break, right? So you say you take a break, but then your break is you just filming the whole next season. And then as you're putting out the next season is your actual break.
No, I think it'd be better to have those coming out, like, as current, to that day. Because then, we might be talking about stuff or some things that might have been, like, that month or season before.
Like a current event?
Yeah, and so I think I would just do it that way. But, yeah, so that one's going to be, like, you'll be sitting here, I there and here, and then I'll be enough room for if we have another guest on. But it's going to be, like...
You might need a bigger table, man.
I know. Yeah, I needed a bigger table. I like this table, though. This one has history, but we might have to...
It is a pretty badass table. It really does, doesn't it? Whoa.
Dude, this table has seen it all, man. But, like, if this house was
Never
mine,
been
dude,
clean.
it would be like, I'd bust this wall out, you get rid of this wall, and make this as long as I can. Because, yeah, if I'm going to have... If it's going to be you, me, and Taylor, and then if we have, like, a guest or two on, then it's like, we could fit someone there. It's going to be kind of tight,
Yeah.
And so we'll deal with that until we...
I'll just be the gremlin in the corner.
Yeah, it'll just be hanging out. I'm just like, oh, man, how cool would it be? Like, if I had the extra funds to, like, get an office space somewhere, dude. Like,
that'd be pretty
how
cool.
cool would that be? Like, if anyone has an office space for rent at a reasonable price.
Like, a mansion we could hang out in.
Dude, that'd be... My one buddy posted on Facebook, like, oh, I got a shop space for rent if anyone wants to split it. It's even got a music room and shit. And I almost thought about messaging him, but I'm like, no, I don't have that kind of money yet.
That's crazy. A music room?
Yeah, it has like a music studio, a big studio in there, and I'm just like, that would be so legit, just set up in there, But I think he lives in like Junction City.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, one can dream, right? But yeah, bigger.
That's not that far a drive. Whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, and So basically, yeah, there's going to be a couple more camera angles to work with on that, I imagine, and we'll have the keg, so that'll kind of be, maybe we'll have to edit some special shots.
Did
for
Wednesday or not Wednesday? Today's Wednesday. Did Saturday make you rethink your kegerator? Maybe just a 6-pack right in the middle of the table might be better.
Maybe like well, I did talk about you can get those growlers with the CO2 tanks, and it's just like 128 ounce. I'm like, maybe that would keep it pretty tame instead of having a whole pony keg on the table.
My uncle always tells me about these things called party pigs that the old world deli used to have, and they literally just looked like little pigs, and they were just maybe a quart or maybe a half gallon of beer that they would fill there. And yeah, I mean, it was like perfect for something like this where you can, have 2 or 3 beers and get a little loosey-goosey.
Yeah. I definitely,
but they don't sell them anymore.
I'm gonna not, what happened Saturday was a fluke, to say the least. So,
I showed up.
Oh my god.
Suddenly it was just like, all right, we're getting hammered.
Yeah, and the podcast went out the window really quick. But yeah.
Insert clip here.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm going to be like, at least for myself, it's just like, no, obviously, I'm not going to drink before the show. I'm going to try to keep myself as level-headed as possible.
Insert that picture I sent you.
And then I'm going to keep it probably to myself, just like 3 beers, at most, and spread them out.
Well, I mean, most of them are only an hour, right?
Yeah, hour. And then I'm sure as you get more used to it and start figuring out this whole thing, like, I'd like them to be a little bit longer, but, it is what we get. It's what we get, I want to try to be good about knowing when to stop so I don't drag it out, or anything like that. And so, but...
What is, like, dragging it out to you? Like, at what point do you think... Well, because, like, a conversation can be really, really good.
Yeah.
But also really, really long. So, I mean, do you really want to just cut it there? Or would you just continue filming and pick and choose from a clip like that? And then have, like, an exit video separate?
Maybe, probably for the most part, like, I think of, like, the Gavin podcast, and I feel like maybe I cut him off too early. And because at that time, I was like, oh, we reached an hour. I want to call it an hour. But now I'm like, fuck, I probably could have let him keep going for another 45 minutes for another hour. And now that I think about it, like, maybe even though there was some spots like I just did earlier when I started running out of shit to talk about, it's like instead of just...
I think you're overthinking it. You can just talk to people, dude.
Yeah.
You have that power. You really do. You can just, like, talk about whatever fucking bullshit you want, and it's...
Well, I appreciate that. I try, but then I just get anxious, I guess. I can't help it.
You gotta let it go, my brother.
I know. You just gotta let it flow. But I think maybe it would be good to, like, whatever the person's here for, if we're hanging out, just shoot it, and then just take it as it is. And obviously keep it under control, and then, if we hit like 2.5 hours or whatever, and we're kind of just all slowing down and getting quiet and shit, then maybe we'll be like, all right, guys, we'll call it there. Maybe we'll do something like that. Or, I think maybe that is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Because at first I was stuck on the 1 hour time limit. Because I'm like, oh, that's what a lot of podcasts are doing now is an hour. But then I'm just like, at the same time, I don't need to do what everyone else is doing. If you don't want to listen, then you don't have to listen,
Or you can shut it off and listen at it another time. It's not, you're thinking too much about how, just do whatever the fuck you want to do. Don't worry about how people listen to it. If they want to listen to it, they'll listen to it.
All right, fair enough.
Come on, mate.
Yeah, I listen to 5-hour podcasts, so...
Dude, same. I put that shit on and let it play.
I had this one I was listening to. It took me 3 days. Like, obviously, I broke it up, but just like, holy shit, like...
Which one was it? Do you remember what one it was?
Oh, it was... So I like watching the Sean Ryan show. It's this guy, he's an ex-SEAL team member, I'm pretty sure. He's pretty legit. And he has some pretty interesting people on his show. And he had this guy, they called him the Reaper on there. He's this famous sniper that's wrote books and shit. And, dude, it was 5.5 hours. And it was deep, man. Like, them talking about, like, the shit that this guy did. Just, like, yeah.
I just can't even imagine having a 5.5 hour conversation. Like, that's crazy.
That's what I was thinking. Just like, okay, if I were in that predicament, like... And I'm trying to figure out, like, how I would go about this. Luckily, the guy in this interview, he was doing most of the talking. But it's just like, 5.5 hours, dude. Like, that's a section of my work day, dude. Like, wow.
I do this after work, bro. I don't want to fucking.
But
Yeah.
I bet you we're gonna have those times where we have a certain guest on or a certain person on, and then also, it's gonna be, we're gonna look down and be like, oh shit, guys, it's 4.5 hours we're in, Yeah, have fun editing that.
Yeah, right? Oh my gosh. Well, hopefully something like that, you really don't need to. You'll remember the key points.
Yeah, and as long as you're on,
Because I feel like you're pretty enveloped in the conversation if it's 4.5 hours. You're having a good conversation.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, I guess the only thing that'd be a bitch editing at that point is like maybe certain camera angles, but at the same time, it's like I'm sure at 4.5 hours your fingers are gonna be blistered by the fucking.
That's some soft fingers, man.
Yeah, dude, fucking learn to play guitar. You figure out how
There you
soft
go.
your fingers are, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude, I picked up my ukulele again and I was playing it for like 2 weeks, and the tips of my fingers hurt so bad.
Oh my god, man.
And those are plastic strings. I can't imagine a fucking steel string.
Yeah, freaking.
Oh, sorry. I said the F word.
What?
I said the F word, and then you said frickin'. So it's like, oh,
No,
maybe
I've
I
been
can't
swearing.
cuss.
No, you're good.
Oh,
I've been swearing. We've both been swearing
Oh,
most
okay.
of this podcast.
I didn't realize
No,
until that happened.
One thing I guess I'll let you know is when we do upload these on this channel, I always have to put 18 or up, or else YouTube will cry and scream.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they give you the option when you're uploading it. It's like, is this video child friendly? And I'm like, no.
PG-13? It has to be mature?
They give you
I did not just scratch my ass. I scratched my leg. I didn't do that.
No, they give you an advanced setting for that, but I haven't looked into it yet. I'm just like, all right, 18 up, whatever. Don't want to deal with it.
Yeah. Because then you have to have an account to watch it.
Yeah.
You have to, like, verify your age. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, it's not, like, anymore where you can just be, yeah, I'm 18. I don't think so, anyways.
No, I think you're right. I think you do have to have an account.
But everybody's got a YouTube account, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, I guess that's true. Man, my views are fucked up. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, I don't really want, obviously.
Dude, you've only put out, what, like 3 or?
Well, you'll be number 6.
What?
Yeah, dude. You'll be number 6.
Gavin, Eli,
Kelly, Billy.
Oh, yeah, Billy. I haven't watched Billy's yet.
Oh, my God.
I'm afraid to.
It was all right. It was a little wild.
Billy, you're a rock star.
Billy's the man, dude. I went back and watched it. I'm just like, oh, my God. I don't know what we talked about, but that was
a whirlwind of emotions.
Dude, that's why he said earlier dumpster fire. Billy was talking about his homeless ordeal at where he works. He deals with a bunch of homeless people.
Yeah.
He's like, when I first started doing that shit, it was a dumpster fire. And when he said that, made me think of that moment. Just like, oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's the man.
So I should watch it.
You should watch it. I mean, I tried directing the conversation and talking about his
one
work.
does not simply do that with Billy.
No, not with Billy. It just went I think the beginning we started
he
talking
goes,
about
you give it to him, he takes it, and he runs.
Yeah, we were talking about World War II movies, and then I kind of trying to dive into what he does for work. And then we started talking about bum fires and fucking people chasing him with bats and shit. It just went.
He got chased with a bat?
No, it wasn't a bat. He said this guy was digging through his dumpster behind his work because this homeless guy left their shit in his parking lot. So he had to call the cops. They threw everything away in a dumpster, and the guy came back for his stuff, digging through all the trash. And I guess Billy was sitting in his car for some reason, and the guy found this wand or rod or something. And saw Billy and was coming after him, and Billy's like, I had to pull my piece out and all this shit, dude.
And it's actually just an airsoft gun.
It's like a BB pistol, allegedly.
It's a Nerf gun.
God. But yeah,
wow.
Editing that one was just this is going to be a rough one to put out there, but this is great because Billy's just so entertaining.
He's out there, that's for sure.
It kind of happened with me when I was shooting the one with Kelly, because he was the first guest I had on, and I was trying to get into stuff for a while, and then he'd bring up one thing that throw me off track, and then I'm just freeballing after that point, all right, whatever. But yeah,
you're riffing.
And I feel like that's what's gonna end up happening on the shows. I want to like have this list of stuff, and then, the riffs happen. As it goes on.
like I can totally get having a skeleton, but then you have to be able to like branch. Oop.
Yeah. Oh, I'll have to edit that original one in at the very end.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you got to be able to riff, because that kind of makes it, and then you reel it back in.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to, and I'm sure you'll help me. Like, when we're doing this, you're gonna have to be like, "Hey, bro, you're getting off the point here. Get back on track."
No, it's like, well, anyways, we were talking about this and blah blah blah.
Yeah, sometimes I'll watch this or my previous ones, and I'm like, "Oh, I just completely abandoned that."
Whatever. That is what ruins it. Is you thinking that you left it when you're free to come back to it. It's not like you can't talk about it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I just got to make sure I don't dig myself, because I can go down some rabbit holes. Especially if, and I go down some interesting ones, I guess.
Yeah, you're into some weird shit. Like your telescope shit and fucking.
Oh man, dude, I've been thinking about building
weed.
I've been thinking about.
Well, weed isn't that weird, but. You're like into it, dude.
Well, I appreciate
more so than anybody. Like some people just smoke it. You're into it.
I've dug myself in pretty deep at this point. I've done it all. I've been thinking about what was I thinking? Building. Well, you brought up the telescope
what was I thinking
thing.
About?
I was when we were talking about building channels earlier. I was thinking one thing you could help me is figure out, like, I want to do like extreme, maybe not extreme, but like wild, like sky watching videos is what I was thinking. Like, where I start this channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you could help give me some pointers on this, like where I talk about what I do, what I have and stuff, but then there's the video is being, all right, we're gonna go to like Mount Jefferson today, and we're gonna go up as far as we can to get these shots, and there's like one whole collage video of like doing that.
Yeah.
That sounds like a pretty legit idea, right? Like,
yeah. I didn't know you were asking my opinion. Yeah, dude, that sounds badass.
Okay, so that maybe,
I bet, I'm super down for that.
Yeah, dude, I'm just like, oh, how cool would it be if we can like set it up, especially with the camera like that, where it's like, okay, we made it out here on the trip, and then you have like the camera like kind of on the ground looking up as I'm setting my shit up, and then like you get the sky rotating in the background or stuff. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of ways you could do that and have it be really, really cool. Would you want like a little bit of like a photography thing where you'd have a long exposure of like a certain star you're watching go across this, or like whatever you're looking at? Because have you like post photo? I almost said pictures. You post photos of what you can see, like you can put your phone up to your eye thing and take a picture of what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can actually buy but yeah, I do
like a shutter thing.
Well, you can get like a lens adapter that plugs into my telescope and actually connects to cameras like that. It adapts
like that?
It. Yeah, where
the
you
DSLR?
literally like take your lens off, and then the telescope
clicks
to
to
that.
it.
It's like
shit, dude.
It physically becomes the camera.
That's
it's fucking badass.
The final boss of lenses.
Dude, honestly, oh my god, yeah. Imagine looking at the sun with that.
Can
thing,
you imagine
dude.
like a photographer just goes to their car and whips out a fucking telescope and like, all right, I want you to stand 3 miles that way.
Dude, it's like those sports lenses, man.
They're insane.
Big. Those things are wild.
They're like 4 feet long.
Dude, yeah. My
and they carry those all day.
Yeah, my cousin does that for lacrosse. He's a photographer for professional lacrosse.
That's cool as fuck.
Yeah, he's on like ESPN and shit, shooting video. It's he actually just hit me up today. It's kind of funny.
Wow.
But yeah, he has.
He works for ESPN.
He does.
Has he ever met Shaq?
Who, me?
No, not you. Your cousin.
No, I don't know. He does stuff for like the Israeli lacrosse team.
I didn't even know they had a lacrosse team.
It's really big. It's really big in Israel. It's like one
you
of their
think that would be like cricket or something?
Yeah, no, they love lacrosse. As far as I understand, lacrosse is their big game.
Lacrosse is fucking scary, dude.
I never watched him play, but I've watched videos of other people playing, and dude, that's a brutal sport, man.
Yeah, no pads.
It's pretty fucking
no pads,
wild.
And they go hard, bro.
Yeah.
Who's that chick on Dancing with the Stars? Isn't she a little lacrosse player? I've been seeing videos of her. I don't even fucking pay attention to that kind of shit.
I have no idea.
For some reason, I know who she is now. Yeah, I've been better, Marianne. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Jeez.
The edits to it are hilarious too.
Yeah, I don't know. You see some of the bruises those guys get from the balls. God damn it, couldn't let that one go. But the ball like hitting their legs and shit, just monstrous bruises.
That made you.
I was like, I was gonna say when the ball slapped against his leg, but then I stopped myself and I'm like, maybe that's not the way to say that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. How do you think you're gonna be when we're like, let's say we're talking about something like this, and then we're like, oh, this video, and then it's just like, you pull it up really quick. Like that's
like, how would that look as a transition? You would have to give me time to type it for sure.
No, yeah.
And find the video, because some of them are, I'm sure, like, so many different types of people that I will probably have to like really fucking search the interweb the internet for like some specific niche shit that they're fucking talking about. So maybe have like and then you can edit out the silence or something.
Yeah.
But, I mean, obviously you guys can keep holding the conversation. Like, hey Maddie, look that up, and then continue the conversation.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Is it'll be like, oh hey, that video, find that video, and then like we'll keep it rolling or whatever.
And then there can be like a signal or something where I like put my hand up, and the video's ready to go.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, just look at the fucking screen, too. This big-ass 3-foot screen,
Yeah, because how I was thinking of having it set up is when we're actually shooting this is
that one there.
This screen will be the search screen, so when you do that, we can just zip right over and check it out,
Yeah.
And so I think this screen
look
up here...
Look at that screen. And then look at that one.
What about it?
I'm just seeing how that looks... here whether you're looking up or down. Oh, whoa.
Well, like move this up here, you mean?
No. Because that's going to be the main viewing screen, right? Do you want people to look up, or are you wanting them to look forward?
No, I'm thinking looking forward.
Okay.
Yeah, I think looking forward looks better.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh god, there's still video of this dude falling to his death. Jesus.
And then he died.
And then he died. He found out the Earth was round and gravity's real. God.
The centrifugal force brought him back.
just roasting this guy.
It's almost like it's spinning in a circle.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my god. Yeah. No, I'm excited to do this with you though, dude. Thank you for, taking or saying yes to it. It's how things can get, with going too hard or whatever, like on the weekend or whatever. But, I think you're going to do really good at this, and I'm hoping it's going to help make me better to, like, focus a little bit more, having someone help with it. And so there's no way I could do this all by myself. So
yeah, it's a lot. Just like being a part of it 3 times now, I'm like, this is a lot.
Yeah. And
just sitting, and then you having your questions, and then oh, it's a cop.
Anybody
Dude, I thought
see
that was a fucking kid yelling.
It sounded like a dog, like a bloodhound.
I was
what the hell?
Do I need to go put on my shoes?
People are going to hear that.
What am I supposed to do?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. I think it's going to be really collaborative for the first couple, and then hopefully we can kind of, like, get on the same page where we're, like, both understanding, okay, this is, like, run-of-the-mill podcast, and then, we don't really have to say any, or, what I mean? We don't have to, I don't want to say we don't have to communicate as much, but there won't be quite as much like preemptive planning,
Yeah, it's just going to be like, hey, we're shooting a podcast today, and then it's going to be like, okay, like.
And then maybe we talk about like how you want it shot, and we can just shoot the podcast. But
yeah.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I think this will be really cool, and yeah.
No, dude, it's I had another point to go off on there, but yeah, I think it's going to, really streamline things, and then hopefully, it'll just...
I disagree with that. I think it's going to make it more complicated, but I think at the same time, it'll also make it a lot more fun for the both of us. Well, specifically because, I'm not a very good talker, but I can, like, ask questions. I'm super into the camera shit and, like, figuring out what looks best, and, like you said, the lighting, and I don't know about that.
Yeah. Well, I'll we'll go through it, and then maybe the next one, if I get this thing this weekend or whatever, maybe you can come over.
What's stopping you from getting it?
Just money, dude.
How much is it?
The camera switcher I'm looking at. I want to go over.
I know we looked at one, but I don't know if you ever changed your mind.
There's 3 of them I'm looking at, and there's one I found out is kind of nice because it's detachable. I won't bore you guys with this, but I'll show you after. But it's I
want to know.
Well, I mean, I was gonna talk to you about it, but okay. So it's a modem that it's like imagine this keyboard, right? And you got instead of it being wireless, all the HDMI's and shit are plugged in, but you can have everything plugged in, but then the top of it detaches, and you can kind of like remote switch without having all those fucking wires. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be able to have the main modem up there out of the way so there's not a bunch of wires everywhere.
Yeah.
And then when we're shooting you can detach that panel and bring it here. It does have to be connected through a USB-C
cable. Do the cables come with it?
The HDMI's and shit?
Yeah.
No, I have to...
Are they the micro ones?
No, so they're all normal HDMI's, but you can get adapter ones. But since cameras might potentially be over here, I'm going to have to get like 10, 20 footers. I'm going to have to, because they're going to have to go here and then around and then come up to that thing, which is going to be...
How much is so it's a regular HDMI?
Yes.
How much is a 20-foot HDMI?
I think they're like $15.
Look that up right now.
No, I'm serious. Like...
no way. Dude, a 3-foot one costs $15.
No, let's see. Let's do 15
You're out of here.
foot HDMI.
No, 20. Come on. Look it up. Have you actually measured that and made sure? Because it's got to come down and over.
I did measure it once. I don't exactly.
Oh, what the fuck?
See? 20. I mean, yeah, they're not gold plated or whatever the fuck.
I don't understand why they have to be. Well, you might want the high speed so you don't lose, because that's a lot of stuff transferring through that one cable.
Yeah, so, yeah, probably something like this.
Gold plated. Why do they have to be gold plated?
I don't know. People are like, oh, you got to get the gold plated ones.
8K UHD. What does that mean?
Where are you seeing
when
it
says 8K UHD? 4K HD.
Ultra high definition. Yeah.
So what is the 8K though? What does that mean?
It's like the step above 4K, but I don't think anything is shot in 8K. I could be wrong. I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, do you have to get it to the specific? Because I know there's like megapixels and shit. Like a 1080p is a 1080 pixels.
Yeah.
It's shooting on,
Yeah.
So 1440p is 1440 pixels it's shooting on. It's more high definition because it's picking up more of the picture.
Yeah.
So is an 8K really just a low definition, or?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Look that up.
See.
What does 8K mean on an HDMI cable?
I was gonna put like, what is 8K?
Yeah.
Why does my search thing look all fucked up?
Pixel count of approximately
8,000. So yeah, it's like super badass.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It's like the highest resolution you can get.
Approximately into a width of approximately 8,000 pixels. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
but there's not a lot of things shot.
So that's like the perimeter rather than the area.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, yeah, I understand it as you have 14 or
so
10.
do you want to... yeah.
So let me see if I can find these... let me see. I got my phone. Let me show you these cameras.
Did you ever see the picture of my little brother?
No, I did not look at the picture of his balls.
Bless you. You're so lucky.
That's totally going in the
lucky
episode.
you didn't have to see that.
That's the move,
Yeah.
That's
image quality.
Oh, are you looking for the picture?
No, I was looking at what this camera shoots in, and it has a bunch of different...
They should give you some different options, right?
Yeah, but I think it has 7 different image quality settings, but I'd have to mess around with it to really understand. I got the camera and I got kind of into it, and then I kind of dropped off. Life got busy and I couldn't get as into it as I wanted to. And
Well, this will be. This is what I think is cool about this podcast. I was thinking about it. As like not a lot of people, or I mean, maybe I just haven't seen it. Like when they start a podcast or something like that, they don't have like videos where they talk about like introducing like the future like people are gonna be part of it, to a certain extent. Like at least someone hands on, like you're gonna be.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it would be kind of cool to see going from this video, and then maybe a year from now we're gonna get good and be like, wow, dude, like you watched
So
that
that was
old
crazy,
video,
bro.
like what the fuck were we doing? It's oh my god, yeah. I have very high hopes.
Do you
for
think
this.
you'll still be doing this in a year?
Oh yeah, I am. I put all this time and money into this, and I really feel confident about it. I don't know where I want to go or what, but this is one of those things I want to be able to throw into my life where I can kind of put some out there for people to listen to, whether they like it or not, just kind of hear my piece and have fun and provide something raw. And I feel like it'll throw a different thing in my week to week thing, life or existence, instead of just work and working out and all this shit. It's just like, oh, I'm going to do a podcast with so-and-so today, and we're going to shoot video doing this. It's going to make it it'll make it a lot of fun, It'll just throw a curveball in my life, like I've said, and it's just, yeah, I plan on doing this for as long as I fucking can, and...
Do you think you'll ever, like, touch on, like, super touchy topics?
I think...
Would you ever want to, like, go there? Or do you want it to be, like, more of a fun thing?
I want it to be a fun thing for a while. I think maybe like way down in the future there might be some things we might dive in, like, but
you did kind of like the mental health and like the homeless thing, but
that's like different. Like I don't want to get on here like talking about like, is Trump better than Biden or vice versa. I don't want to have any of that kind of talk.
No politics.
No, like if there's like a policy that went into effect that affected everyone or some crazy current event thing,
like lockdown,
then then that's that's not, that's bipartisan. So that I feel like you can talk about because it's not singling anything out and it's not that trigger worthy, but like I'm not going to talk about
you think.
Yeah, you would think, but
kidding.
I'm going to like, avoid talking about certain things because I just don't want people, and I also don't know what the fuck I'm always talking about, I'm just another average person that just reads shit.
Well, don't you think that's kind of why it's important?
Yeah,
especially if you have like a room of 3 average people that might not have the same views, and you're actually able to have like a conversation about it without hurling insults at each other.
Yeah, well, like I said, maybe eventually we'll get there, but I just don't want to get on overly touchy things. Like, I don't really know what that is. Like, I don't know. Maybe, like, I don't know if racism would be one, but like women's rights, gay rights and shit like that. I don't fucking know. Guns, freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, to a certain extent, maybe. But I think right now I just want to keep the focus on just fun, interesting things that anyone can get entertainment out of.
Starting her up.
Yeah, start it up, get it rolling, have some beers on it.
Warm her up, let her run for 10 minutes.
Yeah, and then as it evolves, then yeah, maybe every once in a while we'll have like a current event. Like, this thing I brought up with Russia finding, YouTube, all this, or Google or YouTube. I'm pretty sure it was fucking YouTube. Not going to get back into that. But,
look that up.
But, like, talking about stuff like that, that's something that isn't government, that's not going to annoy anyone unless you really hate Russia or whatever the fuck. But it's just, like, that's something that's just a laugh. You laugh about that, like, oh, Russia fined Google this exorbitant amount of money. Like, that's fucking hilarious, like.
It's like, it's giving Dr. Evil.
It really is. Like,
$1 million.
Vladimir Putin's like, I want to freaking fine you guys more money than the world has ever generated at once.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? But, yeah, so I think once you go from there, and, yeah, maybe after a year or something, we'll, reassess. Yeah.
And if things are going good, like, why change it? I guess.
Yeah, don't fix it if it ain't broke, right?
Well, it's like kind of like a why change it, but then also at the same time, if I guess it depends on like what your idea of things are good goes, but like maybe you're having a lot of fun with it, but you are worried about, I don't know if you even care about who watches it. I wouldn't, especially if like, this is something for you, you know? Or like if you do want to change it just to have fun with it, you know?
Yeah, and
it's like fixing the wheel, you know?
I feel like it's going to always be ever changing for at least a while.
Or whatever that saying is.
Yeah, it's
why fix it if it ain't broke?
Yeah. So I think that's what's going to be interesting about the shows. I feel like for a while, as it's always going to be changing with, you know, some structure.
Yeah, it sounds like you're going to put in a lot.
I really have high hopes into just making it something interesting. And I don't know exactly yet what the whole plan is, but I just know I have things I want to do for it. And then we're going to do it. And then, you know, then whatever's done is done.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's ever going to, like, be the same thing over and over again with how much you just from talking to you about it right now, and obviously any other the other conversations we've had about it, it sounds like you have a lot of ideas for it, and it'll be really cool to see them like not injected, but like not even acted upon, just like done.
Yeah,
you know,
done
out there.
Yeah, it's a lot of what I like to do for work is I just do so much different shit, and I have so much different so many different random, like you said, like acquaintances. And so I feel like that it kind of reflects my life a lot, where I just have so much random skills, like in a good way, you know, like random skills, or I've met so many different people from all walks of life that I feel like a good way to represent that in this podcast is you never know what's next, you know, like, so that's it.
Have you ever seen those? Just throwing this out there. Have you ever seen those videos through like I think it's like Vice, but it's like going to monster trucks on acid?
No.
Or oh man, what was the other one? Monster trucks on LSD, and there was another one that I think it was like some kind of like Comic-Con or something like that.
Oh my god.
They took a bunch of LSD and like sent reporters in. I'll show them to you. It's something.
Dude.
It's really funny.
Yeah. No, that makes me think of when was like Trey Parker, Matt Stone from South Park they went on acid and dresses to the Grammy or whatever
some fucking award show,
some awards
the
thing.
higher ups,
but it's like
for the rich folk.
Yeah, that'd be rock solid. Oh my god. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I think we kind of covered a lot of ground. We kind of got the basis there, and you know where you're gonna start. I'll keep you posted on when this thing comes in, and then that way we can learn it together.
Yeah.
And then maybe in the next couple weekends or whenever you have time, you can kind of help me fuck around in here, and maybe we can like experiment with lights, or maybe you can help me put more of these panels up, or you know, you don't have to if you don't want to, but you know, it'd be kind of cool to have you like just an extra set of eyes that, you know, kind of help me figure shit out.
Do you still have that one tripod?
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. I still that big metal one. Yeah, I still got that.
Sweet.
So, but yeah, you know, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll, right? You know, so it's thank you again.
Yeah. It's a long way
to the top if you want to rock and roll, dog. Come on.
This is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
We're gonna do great. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're not gonna get
huge.
We're not gonna get stressed out.
Yeah. No, and thank you so much for coming. We finally did it. This is the third episode. The third shoot is, you know, the charm, I guess.
Done.
So we're done. But yeah, I'm looking forward to having you, you know, be in this team or whatever, and you know, if you want to call it that, and
yeah,
we'll see.
I feel like that's fair.
But yeah, I think we'll be back here a year later. We're gonna be like, holy shit, dude, it's been a year. So
run that back.
Run that shit back. But thank you very much. Appreciate it. This is another episode of that Hella Dank podcast. Thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you next time.